Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Bold and the Beautiful Thursday, March 27 recap. Hope sobs in Brooke's arms. The Bold and the Beautiful B&B recap for Thursday, March 27, reveals that Hope Logan, Annika Noel, sobbed in Brooke Logan's, Catherine Kelly Lang, arms after they played the mother-daughter blame game. Here's how it all went down on Thursday's B&B episode. At the Cliff House, Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline Missinswood, and Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, were on top of the world. Since the Forresters were back in charge and Ridge Forrester, Thorsten K., chose Taylor, there was more than one reason to celebrate. Taylor and Steffi made root beer floats before having a little dance party in the living room, so they were definitely in celebratory mode. Steffi and Taylor made positive predictions as they looked to the future. At Forrester Creations, Katie Logan, Heather Tom, and Donna Logan, Jennifer Gareis, discussed the latest news about the Forresters regaining power. Since Hope was out while Brooke and Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, remained at the company, Katie assumed Hope was feeling betrayed. After Katie and Donna reflected on some memories of their deceased mother, they hoped the Logan strength would get Brooke and Hope through this rough patch. At Brooke's house, she was crying over Ridge when Hope came blowing in and asked how her own mother could do this to her. Brooke ultimately fired back that she lost Ridge because of Hope as a heated argument broke out. After Brooke admitted she only took the CEO seat as part of a plan to give the company back to Ridge, Hope was furious. Although Hope just wanted Brooke to pick her for once, it was obvious that her mom had chosen Ridge, who was with Taylor and had let Brooke down again. Hope asked Brooke how many times she'd allow that man to make a fool of her, but Katie arrived and warned Hope not to talk to her mother like that. When Hope realized Katie knew about Brooke's secret motives behind accepting the CEO spot, she was angry with her aunt, too. After Hope suggested she wasn't a real Logan anyway, she pointed out Brooke didn't want to give her Deacon Sharp's, Sean Cannon, last name due the shame of her little mistake. Hope ranted about Brooke groveling to Ridge again, and hoped it was worth it now that she'd abandoned her daughter. Whatever Brooke and Ridge shared was over as far as Hope was concerned since he picked Taylor. It was wrong for Hope to team up with Carter to take over Forrester Creations, so Brooke had no sympathy for her, until she learned to take responsibility for her actions. Since Brooke refused to let Hope speak to her this way in her own house, Hope asked if her mother was kicking her out. Hope assumed Brooke would try to use that to make another reunion pitch to Ridge. After talk turned to Carter, Hope fumed over him betraying her just like Brooke. However, Brooke made it clear that actions had consequences, and ran down the list of all the ways Hope had messed up. Brooke blamed Hope for Ridge dumping her, and didn't even recognize this version of Hope. "Who are you? You are not my daughter," Brooke said before ordering Hope to get out of her house. Hope almost slapped Brooke, but Katie stepped in front of her and grabbed her arm to prevent it. Once Katie urged Hope to see she wasn't acting like herself, Hope cried and headed for the door. Brooke stopped Hope, who threw herself into her mom's arms and sobbed over how sorry she was. Hope assured Brooke that she loved her as they shared an emotional embrace. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Brooke and Hope will still have some things to figure out when it comes to their relationship, so stay tuned for updates on what's in store for them. The Bold and the Beautiful Thursday, March 27 recap. Hope sobs in Brooke's arms. The stage was set for an emotional roller coaster on The Bold and the Beautiful as Hope Logan found herself overwhelmed with grief and confusion, unable to find solace or answers. Thursday's episode, airing March 27, sent ripples of emotional turmoil through the characters, with Hope caught in the middle of a personal crisis that sent her running to her mother, Brooke Logan, for comfort. The scene opens with Hope in the aftermath of a devastating realization. She stands in the familiar setting of the Forrester Creations offices, but her mind is elsewhere. The weight of the world seems to be pressing down on her shoulders. The man she once believed in, the love of her life, Liam Spencer, has revealed some painful truths, truths that shatter the image of their perfect family and the life she had been so carefully unraveled in ways that she could never have anticipated. The truth about the complex love triangle between Liam, Steffi Forrester, and herself has come to a head, and it's not just a minor issue. It's something far more profound, shaking her sense of trust and security to its core. In the prior episodes, she had already felt the creeping anxiety of the strained relationship between her husband and his ex-wife, Steffi. The ties that bound the three of them were fraying, and Hope could feel it in the pit of her stomach. But it wasn't until the Thursday episode that the full scope of her emotions came into focus. With tears brimming in her eyes, Hope struggles to comprehend what Liam's actions truly mean for their future. She has always been someone who fought for the dream of family, for the hope of a future where love conquers all. But reality is a crueler teacher, and as she stands in the Forrester building, she knows that her hopes for a peaceful future have just been shattered. The turning point comes when she rushes to her mother's home, desperate to seek solace in the arms of the one person she has always been able to count on. Brooke Logan, ever the pillar of strength in her daughter's life, is there to welcome her with open arms. Hope's entrance is marked by a quiet sob that speaks volumes. She doesn't have the words to explain her pain, but the tears do all the talking. In the intimate mother-daughter scene that follows, Hope collapses into Brooke's arms, unable to hold herself together any longer. The vulnerability in Hope's eyes is raw, her face etched with anguish as she sobs uncontrollably. Brooke, always composed, allows herself to be the rock that her daughter needs in this moment. She envelops Hope in a tender embrace, running her fingers through her daughter's hair in a comforting gesture. "Shay, it's okay. I'm here," Brooke whispers softly, her voice filled with love and understanding. Hope's sobs continue, her body racked with grief. She looks up at her mother, her voice trembling as she begins to speak. "I don't know what to do, Mom. Everything is falling apart. I thought Liam and I had it all. But now it feels like everything we built is just gone." Her words come out in broken sentences, each one filled with a mix of disbelief and sorrow. How could he do this? How could he lie to me? Brooke listens intently, her heart breaking for her daughter. She knows all too well the painful complexity of relationships, the secrets and betrayals that can tear even the strongest bonds apart. Yet she also knows that in times like these, the only thing that can truly heal a wound is time. And even though Hope's pain is immense, Brooke reminds her that she is not alone. "It's not your fault, sweetheart," Brooke reassures her, holding her even tighter. "Liam's actions are his own, and you didn't do anything wrong. You have to remember that. Whatever happens next, you have the strength to get through it. And I'll be right here with you." Hope, despite her overwhelming sorrow, begins to find some small measure of comfort in her mother's words. But the road ahead is not going to be easy. The future of her marriage to Liam is uncertain, and the lingering presence of Steffi in their lives adds an even more complicated layer to an already painful situation. Hope cannot escape the fact that Steffi and Liam share a deep bond, one that is constantly being tested by the forces that push and pull between them. She can feel the emotional distance between her and Liam growing every day, and despite her best efforts, she can't help but wonder if their love story is destined to come to a tragic end. Brooke, seeing the conflict in her daughter's eyes, gently wipes away a tear from Hope's cheek. "You don't have to make any decisions right now, Hope. Take your time. You don't have to have all the answers. Just breathe. You've always been a strong woman, and I believe in you." In that moment, Hope takes a deep breath and nods, still holding on to the small sliver of hope that her mother's words have offered. But as the weight of the situation presses down on her, it's clear that the road to healing is going to take time. The rest of the episode sees Hope grappling with her emotions as she continues to process the turmoil in her personal life. She spends some time reflecting on her relationship with Liam and the dreams they once shared for the future. But no matter how hard she tries to put the pieces of her broken heart back together, the reality of the situation is impossible to ignore. Meanwhile, Liam is also facing his own set of challenges. The guilt over his actions weighs heavily on him, and he knows that he has a lot to answer for. But it's unclear whether Hope is ready to forgive him, or if their relationship has been irrevocably damaged beyond repair.